Hi everyone and welcome. In today's practice we're focusing on a mobility flow to open in and around our hips. So we're going to go ahead and get started in child's pose. Come on down with me. Take your knees nice and wide, big toes touch. Draw your hips back towards your heels. Walk your arms forward. And just begin to settle in here. If you feel that you have pinching or compression through your shoulders, bend your arms up and you can rest your forehead onto the back of your palms. Otherwise, if your shoulders are okay, keep your arms nice and long. When you draw your hips back towards your heels, can you then draw your shoulders down your back and then drop the front of your chest towards the ground. And just draw your awareness to your breath. So slow, steady inhale. And long, steady breath out. And as you breathe in, you're looking to breathe down into your lower back, right at the bottom ribs. At the end of your next breath out, keeping your legs as they are, you're going to walk both hands over to the right and stack your left palm on top of your right hand. As you reach long through your fingertips, you then want to hook and wrap your left outer hip crease back. The further you walk your hands over to the right, the more you'll feel that opening and that stretch through your left side body. And then just direct your breath into your left lung and feel that expansion as you inhale, so your ribs gently fan and open up. Inner shoulders stay soft and relaxed. At the end of your next breath out, walk your hands through center and we'll take that to the other side. This time, stacking your right palm on top of your left and just interlace your fingers. As you reach long through your fingertips, you then want to hook your right outer hip crease back and in the opposite direction that your fingers are reaching. And this time, directing your breath down into your right side body, right into the bottom of your right lung. As you inhale, fan and open up through your right ribs, feeling that stretch at the side of your torso, maybe up into your lats. And then from here, at the end of your next exhale, drawing both hands back through center. Lift up onto your hands and knees. And then from here, so as you come into fours, I'm just going to turn around to face you. You're going to extend your right leg out to the side. So right toes point forward and just take some little hip rocks back and forward. So it's sort of like this half child's pose shape or low gate pose, whatever you want to label it. But we're looking to gently release and stretch through your right inner thighs and adductors. You may just want to hold your hips back. So you're drawing your hips towards your heel. Pause here for a couple of breaths. Remember, when it comes to stretching and releasing, you never want to move into your full range straight away because it makes it a lot harder to hold for a couple of breaths. It's always gently easing your way in, especially at the beginning of your practice. And then come on up, slide your right foot in and we'll take the left foot out to the side. And then same thing, little rocks back and forward. Just opening up through your left inner thigh, left adductor, shoulders stay down and away from your ears. You can rest on palms here, maybe you want to come down onto your forearms if that feels better for you. Just take whatever provides you with the best release. And then maybe just holding your hips back towards your heel, spine nice and long, shoulders out of your ears. And then from here, slowly come on up, slide your left foot in. We're going to spin around, I'm going to spin around. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Once you're arriving at a down dog, let's take a moment to explore here, bending one knee, release the other. As you begin to just tease open through the back of your legs. Maybe it's a gentle hip sway from side to side. Just checking and noticing where you're feeling a little tight or a little sore. And then as you're ready, just come to find a bit of stillness here in your down dog. Pressing down through your 10 fingertips. Wrap your outer upper arm bones down towards the mat as you spiral your inner armpits towards your heart. Gently guide your chest back towards your legs, but knit your lower ribs in towards your back body. Spine is nice and long. Knees can be straight or bent. Take one more breath in. Slowly breathe out. As you inhale, rise high onto the tips of your toes, knees soften, look forward between your two thumbs. Slowly walk your way up to the top of your mat for a ragdoll. Forward fold, grab hold of opposite elbow. Allow yourself to dangle forward over your legs. And just really allow yourself to relax and let go. So gently swaying yourself from side to side. Maybe turning your head, maybe nodding your chin. Small bend to your knees. If you do experience any real hamstring issues, you have hamstring problems, bend your knees, rest your forearms on top of your knees like so. And then from here, we're going to release both hands down onto the mat. Bend your knees and then step your left foot back into your runner's lunge. If you need blocks or any other props, pop them underneath your hands if you can't reach the ground here. But you want to charge back through your left heel and lift the root of your left thigh bone up towards the ceiling. Take a breath in, look forward, lift your gaze, and then exhale, slowly sink your left knee down. Keeping your left knee sinking into the earth, you're just going to lift and lower your head here. And with my right arm here, I'm hugging my right thigh bone in towards my chest. So that right knee isn't flaring and fanning off to the side there. And what you may also find, as you gently lift and lower your head, is a different sensation through the front of your hips. And you may notice in particular that as you draw your chin in towards your chest and towards your collarbones, you receive a bit more of an intense sensation through the front of your left hip. On your next inhale, just lift your head up, look forward, keep hold of your blocks if you have them, and draw your hips back and then straighten up through your right leg as we come into a hamstring stretch. Hanumanasana. Dig down through your right heel, right toes flex back, and with your left hand you may want to gently tug your right toes back towards your face. Firm through the front of your right thigh, and you want to wrap your right outer hip crease back. And feel as though you're reaching your butt back. Then lengthen and grow your spine forward and away from your hips. Shoulders stay nice and relaxed. Keep the back of your neck long. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, you may be able to fold a little bit further forward over that front leg. As you take your next breath in, lift your chest up. Rebend into your right knee. Pop your right hand on top of your right thigh, left arm up towards the ceiling. Breath in, exhale, we're going to arc, lean up and over to the right. So we're moving into a lateral side body and a psoas stretch here. So you want to curl your tailbone under. Options to also pop your left hand behind the back of your skull. Again, if any shoulder issues, or you can keep your hand down along the side of your torso. So it's super important to curl your tailbone under here, gently drawing through your lower belly so you open up through the front of your hip. Open, breathe into your left lung, shoulders drop away from your ears. As you inhale here and lift your chest up, you're going to lean forward and then hook left elbow outside of your right thigh, left palm stacks on top of right. Inhale, lift your chest up towards your thumbs. Exhale, spiral a little bit further around towards the right. Peel your right shoulder back and open, both shoulder blades slide down your back. Spine is not long, back of your neck is long. Stay here for one more inhale. Stay as you breathe out. Slowly unravel from your twist. Land both hands inside the inner seam of your right foot. Go ahead, tuck your left toes under. Left knee hovers off the mat. We're going to walk our hands about a quarter of the way towards the left. Toes out, heels in. From here, hands onto your thighs. Roll and press your thighs out. We're just going to take a twist. So rolling one shoulder forward. Come back through center. And then rolling the other shoulder forward. Just a little bit more of a release so it goes in the thighs. Two more like that. One shoulder rolls forward and drop your chest down. And then take it to the other side. From here, lift your chest up into this goddess pose or temple pose. Hands interlace behind your head, gently pulling through your lower belly. Inhale, grow tall. So long spine, and then exhale, you're going to tap your right elbow towards your right knee. Inhale back through center. Exhale, left elbow to left knee. Inhale through center, one more either side. Tap your elbow to your knee. Inhale through center. Exhale, take it to the other side. From here, you're going to release your left hand down either to the mat or onto your block. You're going to use your left upper arm bone to roll and press your left thigh open. And maybe if it's okay for your neck, you can gaze up towards the ceiling. Keep drawing your shoulders away from your ears. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, look towards the ground, lower your top hand, pivot onto your heel so that all 10 toes spin in. Inhale, halfway lift from your tailbone through your crown, long spine, and then exhale, fold yourself into. Interlace your hands behind your lower back, and allow your arm bones to drop forward. So you feel that release from the front of your shoulders. Now, of course, if this isn't available to you, you can grab hold of your ankles. Whichever position you're in, draw your ankle bones towards one another, lift your thighs, and then press your chest between your two legs. Take one more inhale. Stay here as you breathe out. As you inhale, come up, halfway lift. Spine is parallel towards the ground, pivot onto your right heel, so your right toes point forward, spin around into that low lunge. Couple of options for this next pose. Option 1, you're either going to come up straight into your high lunge or crescent lunge. Option 2, rest on the top of your left foot, press down through your right heel, pull right heel to left knee, and then we're going to come up like so. So you're on the top of that left foot. So get a bit of an ankle stretch here, feeling that opening through the front of your left hip. Take one more inhale. Stay here as you breathe out. Slowly lower your left knee down onto the ground, hands either side of your right foot, and then you're going to heel toe your right foot over to your left hand for either a pigeon pose, or if pigeon isn't available to you, you can take deer. So you're creating that Z shape with your legs. Your front shin bone is parallel towards the mat. Flex your right toes back and you're going to fold over your front foot. So we're looking for whichever variation you've chosen, a release for your glutes. I'm going to flip back into pigeon here. Just make sure that your back hip is rolling forward, you're right on top of your knee. Dragging your chest over your front shin. Take one more breath in. Stay here as you breathe out. And then from here, you're going to lift your chest up. Press down through your palms, tuck your back toes under. So if you're in a D, you will need to extend your back leg straight. As you ground through your palms, elevate your hips, and then you're going to keep threading your front leg through. In my case, it's my right leg through. We're going to come into around the world. So you want to keep this leg, this front leg, if possible, in line with your hip. If that's too much, you can slide that leg down. On your back leg, you want to feel as though you're rolling that back hip forward and down. Maybe you can come down onto your forearms here. You can also come into a thread the needle. So if your right leg is across, is up top of your mat, you can thread the left arm through. And if not, maybe this is all it is. Keep drawing your right outer hip back as you roll your left frontal hip bone forward. Take one more breath in. Stay as you breathe out. Walk your hands in. Keep your left toes tucked, and you're going to thread your right foot back, downward facing dog. Just pull out your feet momentarily before rising high on your toes. Knees bend, gaze forward, walk your feet to the top of your mat, and we'll take that all to the other side. So both knees get bent, go ahead, release your right leg back. Come into your runner's lunge, hands either side of your left foot. Press back firmly through your right heel. Lift the root of your right thigh bone up. Active lunge here, and as you breathe out, slowly sink your right knee down onto the ground. Untuck your toes. From here, we're just going to take those little chin nods up and down. Take chin draws in towards your collarbones, and then lift it up. Look forward, shoulders out of your ears. Keep hugging your left arm bone into this left outer thigh. So you're pressing your thigh in towards your ribs. It's not fanning, I'm rolling out to the side like so. Shoulders stay relaxed. Keep breathing down into your belly. And then from here, as you take your next breath in, just lift your chest up. You're then going to draw your hips back. If you need blocks or other props, you can take them as we move into our half splits on our Hanumanasana hamstring stretch. Inhale, nice long spine. So always looking through for that leg through your vertebra. Exhale as you fold. Press down through your left heel. Firm and squeeze the front of your left quad as you wrap your left outer hip crease back. Maybe with your right hand, you want to tug your toes back, and yes, that will increase the sensation you feel. Shoulders draw down and away from your ears. Keep your hips square here. So notice that you're not swinging that extended leg hip forward. Take one more breath in. So see if you can grow longer out through the top of your skull. Exhale, fold a little bit deeper. From here, as you breathe in, lift your chest up, rebend into your left leg. Left hand on top of your left knee, come up into 90-90 legs, right arm towards the ceiling, breathe in. You're going to feel as though you're creating space through your spine before you arc up and over to the left. Curling your tailbone under here, drawing through your lower belly. And then breathe and open up through your right rib cage. Soften the tops of your shoulders. Stay for another breath in. And then as you exhale, you're going to lean forward, hook your right elbow outside of your left thigh. And you can use this left hand to help you wiggle your way a little bit deeper into the twist here. Plug down through your left palm, elevate the middle of your chest towards your thumbs. As you roll your left shoulder open, collarbones broad, back of your neck long. Take one more inhale, exhale, revolve a little bit further. From here, unravel from your twist, land your hands to the inner seam of your left foot, tuck your right toes under, right knee hovers off the mat, so you're back into that lunge, pivot a quarter of the way towards the right. So toes out, heels in. I'm sorry I have my back to you. Hands onto your thighs, fingertips point forward, and we're just going to revolve. I'm going to spin around so that I don't have my back to you. We have 4 twists, 2 on each side. And from here, coming back through center, finding your temple or your goddess squat, hands interlaced behind your head. Inhale, grow tall. This time you're going to tap left elbow to left knee. Inhale through center. Exhale, right elbow. Back through center. Take it to the left. Through center. Then to the right, release that right hand down to the mat or to your block, maybe extending your left hand skywards if that's okay for your shoulder and neck. Use this bottom arm, this right arm to press and roll your right thigh back. Stay low here in the lunge. Take one more breath in, exhale, look towards the mat, lower your top hand, pivot onto your heels so all 10 toes spin in. Inhale for here, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fall forward, Uttanasana. Option C, to grab hold of your ankles as you guide your chest closer between your legs. Maybe interlacing your hands behind your lower back again. Whichever variation you've chosen, I want you to feel as though you're drawing your shoulder blades down your back towards your hips. Gently contract through your lower core to draw your chest closer towards your legs, and just make sure that your weight is evenly positioned through your toes and between your heels, so we're not rocking back onto our heels here. On your next inhale, come up, halfway lift, spinning your left toes forward to the top of your mat. Now I need to switch my legs here. So we're back in this low lunge, left foot forward, top of your mat. Lower your back knee down, and we've got our 2 options. So you're either going to come up into your high lunge or crescent lunge, or if you're coming with me, untuck your toes so you rest the right foot onto your mat. Press down through your left foot and pull your left heel towards your right knee. Hands onto your hips, gently cinching through your waist. Ground down through your feet and come up into that lunge, foot tucked. So feeling that, I find it a bit more of a deeper release to the front of your right hip, and you're stretching through your right ankle, neck and shoulders relaxed. Soften your lower ribs in and down. Take one more breath in here. Exhale, slowly lower your right knee down onto the earth. From here, lean forward, you're going to heel toe your left foot over to your right hand for either a pigeon or that deer pose, so that Z shape with your legs. You are in pigeon. Just take a quick glance behind you. Make sure that your right leg is directly behind your right hip. Then slowly ease your way down. And just using your breath to enable you to soften even further. Take one more inhale. Slowly breathe out. Inhale, lift your chest up. Come into our around the world pose. You're going to tuck your right toes under, right knee hovers off the mat. Press through your palms as you lift your hips up, then thread your left leg through. Try and maintain your right foot so it's on the ball of the foot. And again, left leg will either be parallel, horizontal, the top of your mat. If that's a little too intense, you slide your left foot down closer towards your right foot. And you want to roll your right rib cage down towards the ground, squaring your shoulders off. And you can stay here. Maybe you can come down onto your forearms. Maybe if you want to deepen the shape, you can thread your right arm under. So you're moving into a twist. And you can rest your right cheek, right shoulder here, onto the earth. 2 more breaths. Inhale, long exhale. 1 more like that big breath in, and then let it all go. From here, slowly lift your chest up, walk your hands in, roll over onto that left hip. We're going to sweep both legs around, legs in front of you, and we're coming into more of a yin yoga style Paschimottanasana. So making sure that you're right on top of your sit bones, the bones at the base of your butt there. You can sit on a block if you feel that you're rounding, like so. And just sprinkle your fingers so hands are on either side of your shins. Nod your chin towards your chest, you're going to round forward here. You can allow your shoulders to round forward. Chin nods in towards your upper chest. And just breathing down into your lower back there. Allowing the weight of your head to drop closer towards your 2 thighs. Stay here for 1 more breath in. Stay as you empty your breath. Inhale, slowly lift your chest up, lift your gaze. Arms in front of you, you're going to roll all the way down onto our back and then moving into a roll over or shoulder stand, Halasana. Legs up towards the ceiling, legs draw back up and over. Legs can be straight, knees can be bent. You can either rest your hands onto your pelvis, onto your hips, or keep your arms flat. Your weight is on your shoulders and the back of your skull. And when you're feeling any pressure through your neck, keep your eyes up towards the ceiling. Breathing into your back body. On your next exhale, you're going to slowly roll down, starting from the top of your spine, and we're taking a counter pose of happy baby here. So grabbing hold of the knife edge of your feet, plug your arm bones down into a shoulder socket. Keep your butt and your tailbone heavy, spine elongated. Maybe some gentle rocks from side to side. And then from here, just releasing both legs down onto the mat. Arms can extend long. And as we move into our final pose, Shavasana, taking a moment to digest what has gone on in the previous shapes and poses. And as always, you're welcome to lie here for as long as you like. Thank you for joining me, yogis. Until next time, namaste.